Boys and girls, thank you so much for tuning in to the Big Honker podcast. This is our weekly pick'em, kind of a bonus episode, little behind the scenes cut type stuff. So thank you for tuning in. You need to go check out our sponsors. Go check out Boss Shot Shells. You'll never go back to shooting anything else. Pacific Calls, Dive Bomb Industries, Dirty Duck Coffee, Shin Gear, MLR Graphics, Looking Glass Podcast, Lucky Duck, Ducks Unlimited, Double T British Kennels, Mossberg, Hemp Hill Farms, Alpha Outdoor Specialties, and Stanfield Outfitters. All right, it is week 13 already in the NFL, and this is our pick'em. We've got the great Blake Poppe here as our guest picker today, so enjoy.
Okay.
That. Here we go.
Welcome to the Big Honker Podcast, brought to you by Stanfield Hunting Outfitters. I am Jeff Stanfield with the world famous Andy Shaver.
Blake Poppe. He's back, boys and girls. We will do a full episode at some point with you. Don't feel like we're shorting you.
Okay. Yes, we have to talk about how the honeymoon's going.
Jeff's just in a hurry today.
Right.
Very crabby.
I'm not crabby. I've just got a lot going on.
He says that, but I've sat in his office.
I've got a lot to do today.
He says that every day.
All the time.
I do. And you notice that I'm here when everybody comes in. When you come flopping your fat ass in my recliner about 3 o'clock every afternoon, Blake, when everybody else comes in at 4, I say, Blake, you have to find somewhere to go so I can get something done.
I think it's kind of like me saying, I better go edit a podcast.
Same thing.
Oh, that's Andy's doing. The problem is that it's frustrating because Blake does it on purpose and Blake distracts me. So
on purpose?
Yes, on purpose.
I don't do anything. I sit there quietly, nod my head, yes, sir.
No, you play your fucking phone in the videos on, and you have to turn the sound up, Charles Steele. Never understood that.
Have you seen, speaking of turning videos, did you see the guy that got shot this morning? Or not?
Oh,
the video
crazy.
Of the guy getting shot.
Which
crazy.
Guy? At the gas station?
No, it's some demon.
He was attacking a cop with a wooden post.
Oh, yeah. I saw that's about a week old.
12 bullets in his
That's not a very good
chest.
shot, or it's a tough son of a bitch.
That's
one
a
of the
tough
tough
son of a bitch,
You can
dude.
see the bullets hitting him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he's just laughing as he's walking forward.
Yep.
I'd be reaching for my other magazine.
That is a
demon.
either demon or a
Meth addict?
zombie.
Yeah. Well, he didn't shoot him in the head. So if he's
Exactly.
a zombie, then
Right.
he's just going to get
But
back
yes,
up.
anyways, and then I saw somebody. Now, was that cop's life really in danger? Yeah, you got a motherfucker. You shoot 5 times, he's still coming at you. Yeah, it's
Try
dangerous.
shooting someone that's attacking you twice in the chest and they're still coming after you. Yes, your life's in danger.
If you jack with a cop, every cop shooting is the same. If you comply, you wouldn't get shot.
Right.
Every one of them. I've never seen a video, and I'm sure there's one where a cop shot someone without telling them to do something.
Right.
But they all tell you to do the same thing. Hands up on on the ground.
But I spent a day with a cop, and I know cops, and I basically am a cop.
What would you have done if he would have had to pull his service weapon?
That would've
Because
been
he did
sweet.
not give you a gun.
No.
You brought your own, of course.
I would have, well, I don't think it reclined back, but I would have hid somewhere.
I've thought about that when I did ride-alongs, too.
What happens if we get into the
I'm
shit?
like looking around. I'm like, I had a really good friend of mine that was a cop here for a long time, so I always had a gun with me in
Right.
case I needed one. They never said nothing to me about it. But, yeah, I always was looking for a way out. Always unlock that door
Yep.
so I could bail the fuck out if I needed to.
Right.
Well, and then he threw the perp in the back seat with you in the front seat.
Yeah.
So you just had to
Did you
sit with him.
Did you enjoy visiting with him? Make small talk?
I didn't say anything.
You watched him fucking slip his handcuffs.
I was slipping his handcuffs around.
Dude, you're going to jail. I'm going home.
Right.
And then you told your buddy, hey,
I was like, do I get out of the car and go tell him?
snitches get stitches.
Yes. I just sat there and minded my own.
Listen, fat ass, you say a fucking word, I'm coming to your house.
Fuck. There was one rule, though.
What?
If he got in a high-speed chase, he had to drop me off. It's the only rule.
What does that mean?
That would suck. Can you imagine seeing Blake on the side of the interstate there? The old thumb out.
Emily, come get me.
I wouldn't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah.
No, I mean, what are you gonna do?
Because you're not supposed to walk on the side of the
Did you see a
interstate.
cop drop that fucker off and just leave him?
Look at him. He got sick of him.
So that's what he told you. If a high speed chase had to leave.
Yeah,
you.
he said that's the only rule is if I can't get in a high speed chase with you in here. So he either had to back off or just drop me off.
I think that's common practice now.
Could you
Though.
go
I think
to a
most
place-
cops are just backing off and catching them later.
We
Right.
stop at a place with donuts at least. If you're gonna leave me.
Please drop me somewhere I can eat.
Western Nebraska, there's a good chance you're gonna be in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yes.
But
Your buddies would be like, somebody would see that too. They'd be like, I saw Blake get kicked out of a highway patrol car on the highway today. Just left him.
Kicked him right out. Had enough of him.
you said it was the best time. Though.
That was a fucking blast. Yeah. If farming doesn't work out, I'm gonna become a cop.
No, man,
State Pete.
it's just it's a natural transition basically.
Yep. I basically am a cop. They said that doing that ride along shortened my academy time by half.
Do you think that being a police officer, do you think they enjoy fucking with people?
Yes.
Yes, that
Being
would
in
be
that
a-
car for 6
Yeah.
hours, I was like, you just fuck with people, don't you?
All day long.
Yep.
Yep.
He told the guy that slipped his handcuffs around, he goes, all right, Houdini, you done now? You more comfortable?
I don't think I could do that. You know how fucking flexible you'd have to be?
You'd have to be flexible and skinny.
I can get out of handcuffs though. As long as I have a bobby pin.
Well, you probably wouldn't have one.
Yeah.
Well, I
Just
carry
gi-
one
Just
now.
give me your bobby pin.
Put one up your nose or your mouth, also, just in case.
But yeah, they taught us former
You'll see it on the season on the road with Boss season
I
one.
can slip handcuffs now.
Did
Hell
you have you one of your classmates did that.
Slipped yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Got out, ran around just in his underwear.
Took his pants.
Help me up with Winfrey. Bobby, you're not on fire.
They put the cuffs in his back loop of his jeans where
Oh.
it kind of stuck there. So he shimmied his fucking jeans down over his shoes. Didn't even have shoes. They'd taken his shoes off too.
Right.
Shimmied them down pulled the cuffs up in front of him. They opened the car door, took off like a fucking jackrabbit, carrying his shoes and his hands and his jeans all together. And it was cold.
That's funny.
Broke into some guy's barn to
And cut his shit
survive
off.
the night. I assume he put his
I
pants
assume
back
they
on.
caught him.
And 4 days later.
Nice.
And
Bet
then
that
he
was
was
a scary
charged
4
with
days.
stolen government property because he had the cuffs.
What if he still had the cuffs?
No, I'm sure they were broke off. I think he had them on one each side. He was wearing them as bracelets.
If he didn't have evidence, then
well, they knew he ran off with it. Andy, there was
The
a camera.
handcuffs would get caught
Jeff,
on my.
I've seen enough of the OJ trial to know
Yeah.
you got to have all the evidence.
Yeah, well, another time we had an escapee from our police department, and Payne come home it was Christmas Eve. Payne comes in like 1:30 in the morning, and he goes, "Cops are on the front yard." I go, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, they need to talk to you." I go, "Huh?" A guy had just went and I can't even think of the word anymore. I'm getting magistrated. Just got done. And we magistrate him in town, so we didn't have to go to the police department. So I didn't have to leave, go out of town to do all that shit. We did it in town. Like an hour and a half later, he escaped. After I left, he escaped. They were running around town looking for him. He was letting me know about it. I go, "No, that guy's in jail. We just put him." Payne said, "No, Dad, they told me to tell you, so you need to call him." I'm like, fuck, how do you lose somebody? Two guys in 2 months. We've lost. All right.
Odds are not great here.
On the pick'em front, the guest is winning 135. Andy has 131 wins, and I have 128. Andy got kicked in the balls last week, so here we go. First game, Seattle at the Dallas Cowboys, Thursday night game. Dallas Cowboys are favored by 9 at home
Have you seen that the Cowboys have not beaten a team with more than 4 wins this year?
until Thursday night. They will this
Dak
Thursday.
said, "Listen, the teams we played, they're not the best. I'll admit it, but they give us their best."
That's a good answer for a guy that won't marry his pregnant girlfriend. Do you know that's the big thing right now in Dallas?
Not marrying your pregnant girlfriend.
There's a lot of people who are really on that front right now. I've seen about 15 different posts of people that wrote that. Well, he needs to do the right thing and be a good example that you need to marry that young lady. You've got her pregnant.
Why? Just so you can get a divorce?
Don't know. I'm just telling you what people are saying though. But he's catching a lot
People
of shit
just
about
need to
that.
stay out of the fucking athlete's personal business. Let them do what they want.
I don't care if Dak does. It would be nice if he did. I don't.
It'd
but
be
getting someone pregnant is not a reason to get married because usually
Right.
down the road it's not good. But I don't understand people that have been living together for 20 years, aren't married, and they have 3 kids. I don't understand that. I don't understand why you don't get married. That's just me personally. Anyways, Dak, the Cowboys have only played. They only beat who's on their schedule.
I understand.
Who
The
gets
problem
picked
is
first?
the two teams they've played on their schedule that are good, they got beat.
Right.
Bad by one of
That's
them.
the two in their record,
Skip
right?
said it's obvious Cowboys are much better than Philadelphia. Well, you played them.
obvious.
It's obvious, but you played them and they beat you. So
They play again next week.
I think so. Dallas plays.
Philly's got a tough schedule the next 3 weeks, I think.
They had 5 weeks in a row of it, and they've won. They're 2-0 now.
They had Buffalo, Niners, and I think the Cowboys are coming up.
Yep. Dallas is just now getting their tough schedule. They've played pansies all year long. But they're kind of like Tom Brady. When you play in a division with Washington and New York, you got easy 4 wins every year.
So do you agree with what Alex Smith said?
I agree that Tom Brady always had an easy path in the playoffs because they always had home field advantage because they played in a weak ass division for a long time. Does that take away that he won them Super Bowls all them years? No, not at all.
No, I agree.
But
What Alex Smith said was not wrong. Might
No.
be kind of hard to hear,
but
but it
right.
does not take away from him winning the big game at the end of the
When
year.
it counted, he won.
Yes.
Yep.
But they always got to play in Foxborough in January when it's usually cold and shitty. And I think probably if you looked at it, Boston's probably the coldest place to play football.
No.
Where would it be?
Green Bay.
I don't know that. I don't know about that. Boston's pretty damn close. I bet you, temperature wise, it's cold. That Northeast is cold.
I bet Boston gets more moisture.
I don't know if they get more moisture, but it's cold.
Lake
It's
effect.
bone chilling cold. Ocean effect there would be, but I don't.
big lake
I don't. I
effect.
don't think they have.
I mean, technically.
I bet you temperature wise, I bet Boston's pretty close to Green Bay. But those two would be it.
Yeah.
I mean, Minnesota plays indoors now, right? Buffalo
always have.
plays outside.
Yep.
Buffalo or Boston, I'd say not Green Bay and Boston.
Those probably the two. But anytime in January, you're allowed to get in a reason. There's a good chance you're going to get in a cold, miserable game.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to play football in Nebraska in January.
But you know what would happen if Miami had home field advantage throughout the playoffs? People would bitch there when you got to go down there and it's 85 degrees and you've been
Right.
cold. Well, they
Humidity
got
makes the ball thinner.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
So, anyways, all right.
right,
Dallas,
Cowboys.
Who goes first?
The guest does.
Oh, okay. I'm going to go boys.
Boys.
I've taken Dallas every time this year. San Diego
LA.
LA Chargers at the Patriots.
at New England.
Give me the Chargers,
Chargers.
even though I think that game will be way closer than you think.
Chargers.
If Justin Herbert gets beat by fucking New England, it's New England's.
Chargers are bad, though, too. They look terrible.
You're a big Charger fan.
I'm not big.
Well,
I
you're-
like
you are
Cousin Joe
big.
better, but I am big.
You were a
but
Charger fan
were.
before.
Still kind of am.
Okay.
Now that you got a cousin playing.
This
Right.
is quite the debate around here with my guides. We discuss this.
Your guide.
The guides.
Oh.
We've discussed this a lot. I think that Justin Herbert is the most overrated quarterback in the NFL. I think if I drafted a team and I owned an NFL team and they dropped all rosters and was starting all over fresh, I think he's a top 5 player taken easily,
Yeah.
talent wise.
Would you rather have him or Dak?
Play Herbert. He's younger.
What if they're the same age?
Well, that's not the question.
Okay,
Pretend.
Justin Herbert or Josh Allen?
Josh Allen.
Justin Herbert or
Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, and Patrick Mahomes are the only 3 quarterbacks I think I would
you'll
take
have
ahead of
before
him.
him.
That I would take, unless I'm forgetting somebody. Trevor Lawrence is getting close.
But I think the Chargers have been plagued by injuries, so I think they'd be a lot better this year.
And dumbass plays.
and a bad head coach.
Right.
But you take, we'll use Dak as an analogy. They played Dak beating. Chargers scored 23 points against the Dallas defense. It's supposed to be the greatest of all time. But he missed wide open receivers that would have won that game for them. He cost them that game. Justin Herbert did. The first game of the year they lost, he overthrew people in the end zone 2 or 3 times because he throws the ball high. I like the guy. He's got a lot of talent, but I think when it counts, he's like.
But last year you would have said he was right up there with the top.
I just told you I would take him
He
4
probably
or
had
5.
he's just having a bad year. Maybe he's got something going on in his personal life.
Jared Goff or Justin Herbert?
That's tough. I mean, did you think 2 years ago someone would be like, that's a tough call? What would you do there?
I mean, the measurables, I think, go to Herbert on paper.
Which one wins?
Well, it was Goff until the last couple of weeks.
But still, I mean, he's got a better record. That's second best record in the NFC, basically.
I don't know.
I just think Justin Herbert is very overrated. He's like Phillip Rivers, was everything you wanted on a quarterback, except when it comes to big games, winning the game. Couldn't do it.
Dak.
Dak
don't
Phillip
ever play.
and Dak.
Dak don't ever play in big games.
True.
I mean, they get beat in the first round of the playoffs every fucking year. They don't have big games.
Right. Did you see during that Thanksgiving game of the Cowboys, they had that cheerleader from their last Super Bowl entertaining?
Yeah, Dolly. Yeah, that's funny. There's some old man in a fucking wheelchair somewhere. Yeah, hit that.
Porter Wagner.
Yeah. Okay. Detroit.
I said, did we already go through that?
Yeah, we all went to
Okay.
San Diego. Bill Belichick is on the hot seat.
Have you seen that Ring video doorbell of him doing the walk of shame? Oh, it's fantastic.
Really?
I'll pull it up. It's hilarious.
He had him in a Tinder date, I guess.
He had to have.
Is he not married?
Not anymore.
He got divorced.
It's on TikTok.
Can you watch TikToks on the interwebs?
Yeah.
Really?
Sure you can. Why, I mean,
Think I've hit a new low if I'm watching TikTok on my computer.
yeah,
Why
right.
watch TikTok when you could be? That's not Bill built. He's
Yes,
built,
it
dude.
is.
God damn, he's built, ain't he?
He like closes the door real slow. He's like, "Where the fuck is my car?"
What the fuck? Oh, he's got some man titties on him.
He's
For
not
as
even.
built as he
He's
is.
not even in a nice neighborhood. It don't look like.
No, that's a regular townie.
I wonder if he's in. He's got a house in Nantucket. I wonder if he's on Nantucket.
No, that he's sneaking out of a chick's house right there. He's like, "Okay, where did I park last night?" Didn't even bother to get a shirt.
He goes, I just need to get the fuck out of here.
I'm assuming she was not a looker.
I don't know.
He woke up at her. He's like, "Oh
Or he
shit!"
woke up, he goes, fuck, I'm supposed to be in the film room.
Like, this is where everybody thinks I am.
I've cussed players out over for years.
But if you watch it with sound, like the door's like just barely, and he walks away, finds his car.
That's when I'd fucking trip or something, should wake up.
You gonna leave me your
over a
number?
trash can.
Yeah.
The Belichick walk of shame,
He's in trouble with his job. I think
especially with videos like this.
he's got one more year left, max. He's chasing win 200. I think he's at win 199 maybe, and it's been that way for 3 years. But
They're 2-9 this year, I think.
yeah,
ugly.
he's in big trouble. He don't have no future. He does not. Ramondre Stevens is their only young offensive player.
He should have retired with Brady
But
and would have been.
that was the Brady formula. Is we'll get Brady, we'll get a bunch of shitty receivers, and it'll make them better.
And play great
It
defense.
doesn't work when you don't have Brady. Like when you got Mac Jones and a bunch of shitty receivers, like
Right.
And the defense isn't as good as it normally is.
right.
Right.
He's hurt. But he's great coach, the greatest coach maybe of all time, debatably. And I can't disagree with that.
Cowboys fired Tom Landry.
Yep. Okay. Detroit at New Orleans. There's a big game going on because Detroit is reeling kind of right now. And New Orleans is in a rush with a fight against Atlanta for that
What's your bet with Pyatt?
$500 that New Orleans makes the playoffs.
I thought it was win their division.
No, makes the playoffs.
Oh.
I just assumed it would be by winning the division. Luckily, they may end up becoming a wild card
You
team.
wouldn't figure an NFC South team would be the wild card.
Why would you
Well, but-
bet on the Saints making the
La-
playoffs?
But last
They're in a
year,
shitty division.
yeah. They only play New Orleans.
Who did he
I mean,
take?
Atlanta.
Oh, he
No,
just
no.
bet that he
I just
wouldn't?
bet he hates Derek Carr.
Oh.
And I said, I'll bet Derek Carr makes playoffs this year. There's no way I'd bet $500 on him. But I'm betting that New Orleans would win the division. Well, Atlanta's been a whole lot better than I thought they would. Carolina sucks balls because Bryce Young is a bust as a quarterback.
And Frank Reich got fired for that.
Yeah, and he didn't even want to draft the guy.
No.
He wanted C.J. Stroud.
But turns out that would have been a better draft.
But when you're a billionaire and you own the team, you got to make them decisions. But sometimes in billionaires think they know more about
I
stuff
would
than they
never,
know.
given the track record, if I was a GM or whatever, I would never draft an Alabama quarterback. Who's worked out from Alabama?
Tua is pretty decent.
Two is decent.
That's it.
That's the only one.
Or Ohio State. C.J. Stroud's the only Ohio State quarterback. But
Right.
Justin Fields sucks.
He's not
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit what anybody says in Chicago. He doesn't suck.
He's
That's not
0 or
fair.
100.
He
Is what he
swallows.
is. Yeah.
He's terrible. He is absolutely
But
terrible.
you know, when you got 5-star wide receivers out there, just like Ohio State,
And
it
offensive
makes them
linemen.
look pretty fucking good.
yeah, when
You
you're
got all the time in the world and can throw to some of the best in the country, you're going to be a pretty good quarterback.
when you're surrounded by greatness, sometimes you look great. A
Right.
great quarterback makes everyone else around him great.
Right. Well, that's why you guys have me come
hire
back.
you.
Yeah.
Right. Just
for the
elevate,
greatness.
elevate
Right.
everybody.
So, anyways, Detroit or New Orleans? I'm going to take New Orleans an upset.
I'm going to take Detroit.
Detroit.
And this is an emotional bet for me. Plus, they said something's wrong with Jared Goff right now.
His hand, I think, is what Yoder said. Mm-hmm. That's why he's turning the ball over again.
Atlanta at the New York Jets. This is a trap game right here.
Falcons.
I mean, yeah, Falcons.
I'm taking the Jets. I got to try to make up some ground.
Jets. Jets.
I'm hoping the Jets defense. They're playing in New York. It's going to be cold, maybe.
Maybe it'll be snowing.
I noticed Atlanta, they got their formula back. They actually played the kid that they drafted, number 5, Bijan Robinson, and gave him the ball some.
Right,
So
and he did good.
It's a beautiful recipe there.
Now
it
let's
is.
do that with Kyle Pitts.
What a waste of a talented guy. I don't know if he's that talented, though.
It's because they don't give him the chance.
I wish I had to pick. I wish I was going to. My Redskins I seen in the mock draft are getting the Bowers kid from Georgia, that big tight end. That
Yeah.
just looks like the real deal.
Yeah, he does.
But so did Kyle Pitts.
I tell you, the NFL needs some good tight ends.
Arizona,
Decent tight end.
Arizona at Pittsburgh.
I want the Cardinals with my upset.
Wow, you're taking the mighty midget.
Steelers are favored by 5.5. Damn. Give me the Steelers. Got a lot going on in their locker room. Give me the Steelers just because of the new OC.
I'm taking Pittsburgh because of the new OZ too. Okay, Indianapolis at Tennessee. Jonathan Taylor's got a banged up fucking thumb, so he's going to
Give me the Colts.
Some bitch ain't got no balls.
Titans are too bad.
Would you like to have the money they've tied up between Will Levis and Malik Willis and the whole one win they've gotten out of that shit?
Right.
Who is starting for?
I'm assuming Will Levis.
Will
is.
Levis is. Tannehill is out. They're moving forward with their.
I can't believe they haven't cut him.
Right.
They should have released him,
Colts.
and somebody would have picked him up like Cleveland would have picked him up and saved them some money.
Yep.
Colts.
Yeah, I'm going to Indy also. Okay. The Miami Dolphins at the Redskins.
Give me the Fins, and that's my lock.
Yeah, Fins.
I'm taking Miami also. Interesting game here now.
Yeah.
Denver at Houston.
Houston's favored by 3.5.
Yeah.
And they rightfully should be, but Denver's playing really good lately.
Give me C.J. Stroud.
Give me Denver. That's my upset.
I'm going to take Houston at home also. Carolina at Tampa Bay.
Give me the Buccaneers, please.
Bucks.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know how anybody could bet on Carolina.
No way.
49ers at Philly. Are these the two best teams in football?
Yes.
Yeah. Niners have been struggling, though. The same Brock Purdy isn't what he was last year.
The last 2 games, he's been damn good.
Been better.
His last 3 games, he's got the highest quarterback ranking ever in the history in 3 games in a row.
Ah, damn. I hate to do this because I really think the Eagles win the Super Bowl this year, but I'm going to go with the Niners.
Eagles.
You know, Skip Bayless, this one's for you. You could go fuck yourself, you prick. But I'm going to take 49ers.
God,
But-
I hope he listens to this.
I wish he would, but he don't. If he does, you're an arrogant little prick, too.
I love you. We have a lot in common.
There's nothing you have in common with Skip. You have common sense,
I think it's just a shtick.
but he does a really good job at it.
Because I think I was watching him the other day, and it's like the show's 3 hours long. It's 2 hours of talking about how great the Cowboys are. I think it's just to get people pissed off. I think he's so far, and it's just to get a reaction from the viewers.
Keeps people listening and watching.
How can I disagree with Skip today?
I would love to see one of them athletes bitch slap him.
Richard Sherman, I thought he was going to.
Really?
Yeah, Skip is for banning the hip drop tackle, and Richard Sherman is like, you never played football. People that make these rules have never played football. How am I, as a 200-pound cornerback, going to stop a 265-pound tight end that has got a full head of steam without grabbing him and using my momentum or my whatever I can garner to pull him back? How am I going to
He's
stop
exactly
him
right.
without dropping my body weight. Said I can't do it. So there's no way I can stop anybody with a full head of steam without pulling my weight
Richard
back.
Sherman's exactly right.
Well, and I'm all for protecting the player and injuries, and it's really been bad this year. But it's still football. Injuries always been a part of football.
Yeah.
If you're trying to make the rules so nobody gets hurt, it's just I don't think you'll ever get that point. You'll make it boring in the process.
If you made football flag football, not a motherfucker would watch it.
Fuck no.
Right.
And
People
so-
love nice big fucking hits.
so
And
what
then,
did Skip say?
well, Skip interrupted Richard. Richard Sherman kind of interrupted Skip, and Skip did the whole "it's my turn" bit, and Richard Sherman said, "That is no way to talk to me. I am not the one."
Of course, Richard Sherman said that.
So they are starting to have some issues already. Like
Little
Skip
bit.
had Shannon with him.
Yeah.
Skip talks down to people all
Yeah.
the time, and I would love to see somebody bitch like I would love. Do you know
Especially
who
Richard
Jim Rome is?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know Jim Everett slapped the fuck out of him? Oh yeah, he told him. He kept calling him Chrissy Everett. He said Jim Everett, Chrissy Everett. And he said, "You call me that one more time, and I'm gonna knock the piss out of you." Okay, Chrissy Everett. And he reached up and fucking pow.
But they want to drop that that hip drop tackle. They want to do that shit. But look at what happened to what was it, Jalen? That video we watched
Which
of
one?
the Dolphins.
Oh yeah.
That was
Jason Phillips.
Jason, absolutely a no contact injury.
Now there's more of them than anything. It's football. Shit happens.
Right.
I have Mark Andrews in fantasy football. It could kill me this year.
Yeah.
A chance to win some money. Here it is.
No shit.
There's no sound, but you'll get the gist of it. Oh, I need to scrub forward. I don't know how long this video is.
There he is. You call me that again, I'm gonna beat your ass.
He said, "I'm gonna stand up and do this." Turn it up a little.
Why did he call him Chris Everett?
Just being a smart ass.
Who's Chris Everett?
Tennis player. Lady.
It's good to see you too. I've been talking like this behind my back for a long time. But now I said it right here. Right. Well, we got no problem with that. I think that you probably won't say it again. I bet I do. Okay. Chris?
His old fucking eyeballs.
Lambass him.
Yeah.
I don't think you will. Okay, Chris.
Okay, Chris.
Good to have you on the show. You know what?
Called his bluff.
You've been calling me that for about the last 5 years. About 2 years, actually, Chris.
Yeah, 3 exactly. 3 exactly.
But that's what
Flip this
Skip
table
needs.
over.
And when Skip's got all smart, he told Shannon, put your glasses back on. He didn't want to fucking fight Shannon's ass. Shannon would pop him like a little fucking pimple.
Shannon brushes his teeth a lot.
10 times. He goes through it
10 times a day.
He goes
Changes
through
his toothbrush every 2 weeks.
I brush my teeth twice, sometimes 3 times a day, and Michelle gets on to me sometimes.
Well, I think everybody does twice a day. That's not.
I do 3 sometimes, a lot of times. And I scrub my toothbrush looks like Fred Flintstone's used it after about 3 weeks. It's just flat as hell. So I understand. But 10 times a day, he's gonna brush the enamel off them fuckers. Well, those
Says he
aren't
does
regular teeth anyway.
He does twice before he even leaves the house
Ocho
to go to
Cinco was
work.
making fun of him.
He went, "God damn, Unc." Ocho's pretty funny.
Okay. Cleveland at the Los Angeles Rams. Another good game that's got a lot of bearings here. Cleveland with shitty quarterbacks, but their defense is so freaking good.
And the Rams can't do nothing.
So who are you taking?
Give me the Rams.
Rams.
I'm going to go with Cleveland.
Yeah, I would too.
I got to make some points up on you guys. Kansas City at Green Bay.
Red Kingdom.
Chiefs, that's my lock. Did you see that all the Chiefs
taking
fans
KC
are
too.
going to do red and black face now
Good for them. After that
for that
fucking-
little boy?
Yeah, and that bitch tried to make that thing into a racial deal, knowing damn well that he had red on the other side of the face, but didn't show it. Liberal fucking media, they only show you what you want. Fuck the media.
But nobody's worried about Justin Trudeau being in blackface.
I think
That's because he's Fidel Castro's son.
they went balls deep on this Taylor Swift being there at these games, and I think it backfired on people that actually care about football.
It's cared about people that like the Chiefs because there's a lot of motherfuckers that don't like the Chiefs no more because they've had enough of that shit.
Exactly.
I grew up a Chiefs fan. I love the Chiefs. I was so happy when they won the Super Bowl the first time with Mahomes. I'm so fucking over Kansas City now. I'm tired. They shove that shit down everybody's throat.
God.
Plus, they get every fucking call in a critical moment.
They do.
And me and Ricky Keller argue about this all the time because he's a big Chief guy. But the Taylor Swift has been the icing on the cake for people to be Chief fans. They're sick of it. If you're not from Kansas City, people want to see them lose because of her shit.
Right.
And I don't know. And I'm sick
I'll show Ricky what he can chief.
And Kelsey with his damn pushing the vax and stuff.
$20 million he got paid.
No shit.
That's what I've read.
I'd push it too for 20 million.
Figure I'd do that shit.
I mean,
I get that fucker tattooed.
you mean I don't
on
have to take it, but I need to push it? Yeah. Okay, 20 mil. I'm in.
I think. I'll double check. I'm pretty sure that's what I read.
Maddie Robertson was going to get a Dollar General neck tattoo. I give me a Pfizer one for $20 million. Okay, last game. Cincinnati at Jacksonville.
Cousin Joe, I'd love to go with you, but since you're sitting on the sidelines, I want the Jaguars.
I'm taking Jacksonville, and that's my lock.
Oh, I'm sorry. It says $5 million a year.
Fucking still.
I'd still do it.
I'd be fucking in that tattoo chair in a minute.
Yeah, give me the Jaguars. No, it says right here.
Anyways, I took Jacksonville as my lock for the week. So
It says something about 20 million, but this other thing says 5 million.
there really is
Uncle Joe
not.
took the other half.
There's not a game on here that I would have really a big confidence in betting the house on this week.
I would.
Which game?
Commanders game.
Just never know with Tua what's going to happen. I agree with you. You know, Washington's traded off their defensive line.
Yeah.
Sam Howell can get hot at times. Jason Phillips is a big part of Miami, though.
Yeah.
That hurts them. That's their pass rush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're right.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of them games that you would say I might stay off the betting apps this weekend.
Who did Chicago beat last week? Was it Detroit?
Minnesota.
Minnesota on
Okay.
Monday night.
Who beat Detroit Thanksgiving Day?
Green Bay.
Green Bay.
Green
did.
Bay. They didn't see that one coming either. Jordan Love
Really?
played really good then.
That's one of them games, though, on Thanksgiving Day. It's just you never know. It's always going to be close. I don't know why.
They thought that the Lions were going to win. They didn't even have a turkey. They like seared a lion into the turkey, and came time for Jordan Love to eat the turkey, and they're like, well, we don't have it. Greg Olson ate it all. That's what they said. But the other turkey was on the lion sideline with a fucking lion
A fucking
grilled
shit.
into it. That's what the reports are.
Oh.
seeing Greg Olson's goofy ass with his hair
Yeah,
commentating.
he
It's
needs
kind of funny.
He's openly made it. He'd like that job as the head coach of the Panthers.
Really?
He come out yesterday or the day before and said that he'd like to have that job.
You know what they called him at the University of Miami? Greg with the third leg.
What's that mean?
I don't know. I didn't quite put my finger on
He
it
had the
yet.
Randy Gregory. We haven't got to mention that in a long
Right.
time.
That was about my nickname in high school, but
That was almost
it
your
didn't
name.
really rhyme.
Yeah.
Where is Randy Gregory at in it? He signed with
Poppy
the
with the big floppy.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Did he sign with the Niners?
I think so.
Him and
He's
Chase
still-
Young both,
He can't stay anywhere because he's either smoking weed or beating women. Is that what it is?
or railing them.
Well,
Yeah, he's with
I
the.
don't know if you can call it really railing with that fucking Trump. His little fucking trunk on him.
Yeah, he's with the Niners.
Does your friend walk funny now?
Not that funny.
Big.
I looked for
I
her.
walk
I
funny.
looked for her at the wedding for anybody looking funny. I thought that's Randy Gregory's girlfriend over there.
Oh, God.
All right, that's
Someone messaged me the other day said we hadn't heard one Randy Gregory. Well, he don't play for the Cowboys no more, and Blake hadn't been here yet. So, anyways, all right. Thank y'all for listening to us. Christmas right around the corner. Go adopt a family. Go adopt a family of working people, lower income that need to work help for
Adopt?
Christmas. Yeah.
Oh, like
adopt them for
buy 'em-
buy gifts.
Oh.
What's so funny? You know,
Wow.
you're making money
You want to
now.
adopt a whole fucking family?
Well, not for keep. No, no.
You do need cheap farmhands, though.
Yes. Yes, I do.
So maybe it wouldn't be that bad.
Got a lot to talk about. We got to talk about Blake's first 6 months of being married and how wonderful that is.
Full stop. Uh-huh.
Yep. Yep. All right. Thank you for listening to us. God bless. See you. Bye.
Hand me that sheet. Ladies and gentlemen, go check out all of our great sponsors. Check out Double T British Kennels, Mossberg, Stanfield Outfitters, Alpha Outdoor Specialties, Hemp Hill Farm. It is Turn Lou Around. Ducks Unlimited, Lucky Duck, Looking Glass Podcast, Shin Gear, Dirty Duck Coffee, Dive Bomb Industries, Pacific Calls, Boss Shot Shells, and MLR Graphics.